we're supposed to find the other two vertices. Well, we just graph them. This is pretty easy. So we got 5, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have negative 7, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Right, negative 2. So let's see. I have this random calculation in the middle of my graph. That's a problem. So let's see. Our other point must be right here. And that's negative 7, negative 6. Our other point must be over here. And this is 5, negative 2. And this is 5, negative 6. And this is negative 7, negative 2. So there's my rectangle right there. Oh, we're going to find the perimeter too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'd be another 12 and another 4. So that's see 24 and 8, which is 32 equals 32 units. Okay. So here's the 2 extra points. Now, that's pretty easy when we can graph it, but say we were trying to solve this problem and we're on a desert island with no graph paper, or maybe your teacher gives you a quiz problem where the numbers are too big to graph, or they're funny decimals and they're hard to graph or something like that. So we need a way to figure it out without that. So here, got a coordinate grid. Let's just pick a point down here, say, and maybe a point up here. We'll call this AB. We'll call this CD. And we're going to assume that all these numbers are different, right? So A, B, C, D, there's no matching numbers, just like we didn't have any matching numbers before. So if I sketch in my rectangle, okay, like so, notice that the x-coordinate for this point, which is C, well, since this is directly above it, they're both on the same x line or whatever, the same x-coordinate. So this will also have an x-coordinate of C. And over here, see how this point is directly across from AB, so it's going to have the same y-coordinate as AB, which is B. And down here, we're directly below AB, so we have the same x-coordinate as AB, which is A. And we're directly across from CD, so we have the same y-coordinate as CD, which is D. All right. So that gives us the other 2 coordinates. Let's talk perimeter. Well, notice that for this side up here, we traveled from A to C. And we had C from down here. We were given these originally. So this top part is A minus C. Perimeter. Now, here's where we have a slight issue. Because A minus C, we don't know, the way we've drawn it, A minus C looks like it's going to be negative, because it's going to be a small number minus a big number, or a negative number minus a positive number. If I just kind of drew the grid in like this, just to do it, we don't really know, A and C could be any 2 numbers at all. And if I subtract one number from another, one way, I'll always get positive answer, and if I flip them, I'll get a negative answer. So if A minus C is positive, then C minus A would be negative. So I got lost there because I got distracted, but basically A minus C means that we're traveling from C to A. That'd be negative because we're going in the negative direction, but C minus A would mean we're traveling from A to C, because it's always end minus start equals change, and that would be positive. But we don't know, again, we don't know which is which, so what we have to do to make sure that our answer is always positive is, instead of just doing plain old subtraction, we're going to put absolute value in there. Absolute value means how far apart are these. We don't care about what direction we're going, we're just saying how far apart are they, what's the distance between That's all we care about. So there's one up here, and there's another one down here, so we're just going to subtract. And then, notice over here, from B to D, or from B to D over here, same thing. Again, we're just going to take 1B minus D, subtract one from the other. We don't know which order to subtract them in to get the positive answer, but we don't have to worry about which one's which if we take the absolute value. And then we got two of those. And then we'll just add them together to get our perimeter. So then if somebody gave you something you couldn't graph it or whatever, this is how you could figure it out. Okay, so the perimeter would be the difference between the two x coordinates, but take the absolute value, multiply by 2 because there are two sides, top and bottom, and then take the difference between the two y coordinates, which is the vertical up-down part here, and we have to take the absolute value to make sure it's positive.